All right, we are recording. We are live. So I just want to go ahead and give you guys a brief intro to who I am. My name is Val Bozzo. For those of you who don't know me, I am a 10-star diamond, two-time elite team Beachbody coach. I am the top coach in the state of Mississippi down here for the last 2 years. And really, guys, I've been doing this now. My 3-year anniversary is on May 6th. So I'm pretty excited about that. But, really what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is just challenge groups. Going back to basics always in our businesses is where it's going to always have that secret sauce. I'm a mom of 2 little girls. I am a military wife. I guess I can't say military wife anymore. My husband actually got out of the Navy about a month and a half ago, thanks to Beachbody. It's been amazing. But, it's just about dreaming these big dreams. You guys hear, I'm sure, all the time, if your dreams aren't big enough to scare you, then they're not big enough. So I just encourage you guys, we are in a brand new month, wipe your slate clean, take on May, and just really define yourself as to who you want to be as a coach, what you want your business to look like, and just take it and run with it, you guys. I am, again, I didn't know what I was doing whenever I came into this business. I literally had 140 Facebook friends, most of which were family and acquaintances from high school and all of that. I didn't even know how to copy and paste things on my phone or a computer. I didn't have a computer whenever I started this business. But I just decided, okay, I'm going to try this thing out. And after about a month, I was like, all right, I'm going all in. I can see a big picture of this. And I've learned as I go. So running successful challenge groups is our topic today, because this is where we all start with our businesses. This is the secret sauce. This is the bread and butter to our businesses. And it is, have free range of how to run challenge groups. A lot of people run challenge groups, of course, our fitness programs and Shakeology and all of that amazing stuff. That's our basis of the challenge groups, right? But you can also do faith-based challenge groups. You can do financial-based challenge groups. You can do week-long challenge groups all through, 60, 90-day challenge groups, you guys. You can really focus on whatever you want to do for your challenge groups. Give me just a second. I see somebody posting in the chat. I want to make sure you can hear me. All right. Oh, hey, Lauren. What's up, girl? Thank you. But yeah, so I want you guys to really know that no matter where you're at in your business, if you are here and this is your first call, welcome. Or if you are a seasoned coach, there's never going to be a time when you let off the gas and you're like, I'm not going to run a challenge group. I'm just going to focus on this or that. That will be the demise of business. You have to bring customers and new challengers into your business every single month. And this is where Success Club lies. So as you guys know, you run challenge groups in order to put your customers who are ordering their challenge packs, who are earning you your Success Club points, into your group. So you want to make them fun. You want to make sure that you are giving the best customer service that you possibly can, because this is just where it all comes from. All right. So without challenge groups, there's no business. And without a business, without hitting Success Club, there's really nowhere to go. So challenge groups, it is where people get their transformations. It's where you are helping people really succeed. And that's what we do. We help people to change their lives and become, the best people that they possibly can be. So where to start? I'm going to flip here, and I took a screenshot of my calendar. So guys, from month to month, I could literally pull up my calendar for July, and it's going to look the same as it does now. I know that my challenge groups always start the 3rd Monday of every single month. And this month, I actually added an extra challenge group in. We started on this past Monday, And it's for a lot of my newer coaches, because I don't ever want my new coaches to feel like they are out in left field and they have to run their challenge groups on their own. Because I remember how I felt coming into this business, and I was like, I have no idea what a challenge group is. To me, it seemed like silly. I was like, how do people connect on the internet, like, and work out together? Like, I had no idea. So I wanted to make sure that I want my coaches to make sure that that their coaches and their customers are able to come into a challenge group. So I started one for them because I have a lot of newer coaches who just felt unsure. That's why I have a new one starting this past Monday. And I always know that the first 2 weeks of every single month, my focus is always going to be on those challenge group invites. So focusing on knowing what it is that we are inviting to is number one. Write that down. Know what you're inviting people to, you guys, because if you are kind of like either not doing your invites or not understanding what you're inviting to, or sometimes you're like, oh, maybe I'll invite to coaching or whatever. Just know what it is you're inviting to and have a set date that you're telling people that your next group starts on. And I'm going to give you guys this example. So don't feel like you could literally today put up a post on Facebook or send out an invite to some people and say, hey, I'm starting a challenge group tomorrow or like 2 days from now. Do you want to join? Can I give you some information about it? And expect it to take off. It won't. You have to plan ahead. As you can see, I plan 3 weeks in advance for everything. So that means I am consistently inviting, I'm consistently posting on social media about my upcoming group that is like weeks ahead. And let me tell you what I noticed the other night. So I don't watch TV very often at all, but my husband was watching a show and I went out and I sat with him the other night, and this commercial came on, and it was a commercial for the Billboard Music Awards. And I was like, oh, like it just caught my eye. It was bright. It was talking about the presenters who were going to be on the show. It was talking about the people who were performing. And immediately I was like, oh, I want to watch this show. Like, when is this on? I was just excited about it. And it's May 22nd is when this is. And this was actually almost 2 weeks ago, because at the time I was like, light bulb moment. I'm going to use this as a teaching tool for my team to show everyone that you can't just say, okay, it's starting tomorrow and expect people to really, take hold of that. You need to present it to people more and more, as many times as you can. So knowing that I had like that show is a month in advance, you know that they're going to play that commercial over and over and over again. They're going to have different types of commercials to appeal to different audiences. And they're going to get a lot of people to view this. Of course, it's the Billboard Music Awards. But that's just an example of how you can kind of compare it to your business, where you have to consistently be talking about it and feeling like you're that broken record. So think ahead, plan ahead, schedule ahead, and then get out of your own head, because too many times we then start to overthink, and overthinking will kill your business. It is these small steps that we take every single month. My calendar is not jam-packed. I'm on a routine. I know I'm going to do my power hour, which is another image right down here, every single day. And I'm going to do my mentorship things that I do as a leader, but I've grown into those things. So I have literally built my business on 1 hour a day for about my first 6 to 9 months in. And then I just gradually started to add a few more hours here and there, because I knew that this was what I wanted to do full time. All right. So it's always going back to hitting Success Club and running challenge groups. Now, whenever you're establishing this schedule that you want to know when your groups are starting, to know what you're inviting to, get a schedule that excites you, guys. I, 3 years into this, still wake up and I'm like, yay, I can't wait to go like check my messages and work with my coaches and meet new challengers and just really talk to people. And I've learned how to really get that balance that you need, because we do talk to a lot of people. If you're doing this business right, if you're inviting your 3 to 5 people a day minimum, then you're going to start to form a lot of different relationships. So get excited about it. In the mornings, whenever that alarm goes off, and if you don't set an alarm, I just encourage you to set an alarm. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. like I do. But I just want you to make sure that you have successful people that get up and we get stuff done. You know, we use the hours in the day productively, and you guys hear that. You read your personal development, it talks about it all the time. So for me, I get more stuff done in the mornings. So I make sure that I get up and I get it done. So whenever I hit the snooze button, I hit it once and I lay there. And of course I'm like, oh, do I really want to get up and work out? I do it, but I start to visualize my day. And then even for me, like after my workout, I take about a 10-minute time where I listen to some personal development and I just visualize. I get my plan, I have my schedule out, and I know what I'm doing, and I get pumped up. I play music on Pandora to get me pumped up. Whenever I'm doing my invites, I'm listening to some music or some personal development. That's just my game plan. And then I set timers. So my power hour is revolved around our high school bells. Like I literally still do this to where whenever I go in to write a blog post, we'll say I have an hour. If I don't get that done, then that blog post is not going up that day. It's going to wait until tomorrow or later on in my schedule when it's scheduled into it. Okay. Once that timer goes off, I move on to the next step. So that way I stay on track as best as I can for the day. And then number 4, give yourself a break. You guys, there should be no reason why you're like sitting at your computer all day long. Give yourself a break. Get your power hour in and then be done with it. Go for a walk. For me, I also know Mondays through Wednesdays, I work full-time business hours. But you know what? After this call, I'll be going for a walk. I'm going to go have lunch. You know, I schedule in little breaks that I need to. And then ending my work day with something positive is always what I do. I read or I'm constantly listening to some kind of positive personal development along the way. So I just encourage you guys to do that too, just setting up your own schedules. So let's go into then challenge groups. How to create challenge groups. What do you do? So for me, a lot of times I create events. So I do it now through my like page, but whenever I was first starting, I didn't have a like page. So probably my first 2 years, all of my events were always created just through my personal Facebook page. And I would go and I would click on, in your little Facebook on your side left panel, it says, events, and you can hit create event. So in there, you'll name your event. I just did this free group last week and it went amazing. And I'm going to teach you kind of like what I did, and I'm going to run it every month. Now, I did it the last week of April. My thought process for why I did this was because I was like, okay, I'm going to give a 5-day free group. I'm going to give them my all, and then I will roll into the new month of May. And hopefully some of those people from my free group are going to want to continue on with my May 2nd or my May 16th challenge group to really help them keep their own momentum going for their health and fitness goals. So I wrote up a little thing about, I called it the Blast the Belly Fat Challenge. Now, my tip for this, I've tried to do like free clean eating challenges and they get a little bit of traction, but I had over 140 people in this Blast the Belly Fat Challenge group that was a free 5-day group. Now, why do I feel that I got so many people? It was because I used this catchy title, Blast the Belly Fat, in 5 days. We all know that there is no way we're going to blast belly fat in 5 days, but most people, most women, we've all been culprits of it at some point in our life. We want a quick fix, and that's just what people are looking for right now. So whenever there's a catchy title, Tone That Tushy or something like that, it's just catchy and people want to be a part of it. So that's what I did, and that's how I got so much traction. And then I make a few requirements. Basically, all that they have to do is either like my personal page or my like page, depending on which page I'm running my free group from. And they have to share the post. So they had to share my belly fat blaster group on their own Facebook page. They had to click the share button. And they had to invite at least one friend to the group and one friend to, like my page and to the group. That was it. And everybody did it and they were excited about it. So then each day I went in there and I just posted like a little workout that they could do. I videotaped myself doing like 3 moves, and that was their workout for the day. And I've gotten a couple people who they're in my May 2nd challenge group right now. Just because then on the very last day, I don't talk about Shakeology, I don't talk about Beachbody or anything. I was just using the free group to form new relationships. That's my tip for you. So then on the last day, I had written a blog post and I just shared it in the group, and I was like, hey, whoever is ready to continue on to my 30-day challenge that will have meal plans laid out, that will have a fitness program for you, customized for you, just those little tips. I said, this is for you. Fill out this application. And that's what they did. So that's how you can do a free group. That's an option to start to get people into your bigger challenge groups. So your challenge groups where you need to require a challenge pack. And you can do these events for, your challenge group. You could create the event for your upcoming challenge group. Just go down and click invite like every person on your Facebook page and just make up a cute little write-up about what it is. Catchy names are always good, and you can do this if you're inviting to coaching as well. We're not talking about that on this call today, but again, you can create events just to kind of filter people and just to see who's interested in it, and that's kind of where some messages can start to come from as well. And then step 2, once you have your challenge group established, say you're going to start your challenge group on May 16th. Now that's what you're inviting to. Well, next step is know where your challengers are going to go once they purchase their challenge pack. So are you someone who is using the challenge tracker portal? I love this app. I run my challenge groups through this challenge track portal app. So right here, you guys, you can go to mychallengetrackerportal.com/home, and there's video tutorials. Go in there if you have not used it yet. Watch the tutorials, see what you need to do. It's honestly really self-explanatory, and then download the app on your phone so you can do your check-ins from there. Now, I mentioned that I have people fill out my application. I love this feature. I don't do it all the time, but I do have applications for pretty much everything under the sun, and you can create free applications at wufoo.com, and I have that right there underneath the little link down there. So www.wufoo.com. And then if you ever want to change the URL, you can use bit.ly if you want it to kind of look scrambled and jumbled, so it doesn't just say your name and then the Wufoo application. So I do that, and I ask questions on my application name, phone number, Facebook name, what are your health and fitness goals. I kind of just do my forming on that application so I can talk to them about direct things that link to my challenge group. So that way it kind of is an easier conversation flow once they fill that out. Okay, and then next, you're figuring out, okay, are you using the tracker or are you still going to use a Facebook group for your challenge group? Either is totally fine, but just pick which you're going to do. Make sure that you create the group, even if it's 2 or 3 weeks out. So for me, I create the group, and my challengers, say someone is not going to start my challenge group until May 16th. I have my group created now. As soon as they purchase their challenge pack, I'm putting them into the page. I have a quick thing at the top that just says, hey guys, we're kicking off on May 16th. I'm super excited to work with you guys, get to know each other. I'll be adding people in here over the next few weeks as you guys purchase your challenge packs. Super pumped to get started. Simple, you can make a video, you can do it in text, whatever works for you. So I always have a cute picture banner or a theme or something that goes on. So right now, my challenge group is How to Lose the Last 10 Pounds. Again, a catchy title, and I've gotten a lot of interest. I've done groups for busy moms. You could do Memorial Day Meltdown, just anything that's fun and kind of catchy that women are looking to do and to kind of pair up and partner together, because that's what we're all doing. We want to do fitness and life together. Just have that real fellowship and support in these groups. So challenge group recipe for success. This is one that I've had where I just kind of list on the little banner, the workout daily, drink your Shakeology. I always incorporate personal development even into my challenge groups. I think it's so important. Just kind of explaining what they do. So just make a cute banner, and then you can just save it and either reuse it or share it in your team pages. Next, always require a challenge pack for your challenge groups. The quicker that you guys can overcome the fear of talking about why challenge packs are required, the better your business is going to grow. Trust me, I used to get sweaty palms and trip over my words when I was a newer coach about requiring a challenge pack and I would be that coach. Guys, I would like apologize for the price and stuff. I was terrible in the beginning of my business, probably the first 6 months. And it was really hard for me to hit Success Club. But finally, I took a step back and I was like, why am I apologizing for something that I believe so strongly in? Why am I telling people that, why am I afraid to tell people what is required to work with me? And once I took that step back and I was like, no, challenge groups are the bomb. This is the coolest thing ever. My challengers are getting results. And I know that they need proper nutrition along with the workout program, along with the support and the motivation. That's what all goes together. I'm a free service. They're getting the challenge pack as a bonus because they're getting me for free. So all they need is a challenge pack. If people are going to the gym, you guys, they're paying hundreds of dollars to see a trainer, maybe a couple of times a week. We are a bargain, and they actually get the results with our program. So put the value on yourself, okay? Don't sell yourself short. Have the confidence. And if you don't have the confidence yet, let me tell you a little secret. I want you to fake it until you make it. That has been my motto through this entire business. You fake it until you make it. You put your shoulders back. You talk to yourself in the mirror so you get to flow. What is Shakeology? Shakeology is my one meal of the day. Life doesn't make sense without it. It takes me 30 seconds to shake it up, and it gives me all of my vitamins and my nutrients in one delicious chocolate shake. I've practiced that a gazillion times because that's how I feel, okay? So I say it with confidence. Same with you. Talk about challenge packs. Make a video about what a challenge pack is and why you require it, and send it to people who are interested, okay? And then just the goal, no less than 3 people for your challenge group every month, because that's going to ensure that you have Success Club every month, which is what you have to achieve in your business, right? We have to also make sure that you are giving that A+ customer service. Check in with your challengers. I check in at least twice a day, morning and the evening, and a lot of times when I'm sitting in the car rider line waiting for my kids to get off of school, I'm on my phone and I'll check in to see if I need to answer any messages from my challengers or whatever. Just show up every day. Make sure you're doing a daily post. There is guides everywhere for challenge groups. They're in your back office. I'm sure in your team pages. I know that there are challenge group guides galore. So ask questions if you need help from your upline. Do some giveaways, prize giveaways. Order stuff from your Beachbody and use it as giveaways, because guys, you're going to get the PV for it, so why not just use it? And then I send out E&E sample packets and the Energize and some bands like the resistance bands, whatever. I just order them and kind of keep my stash here. Now, kind of the power of inviting through personal connection. So you have your challenge groups all set up, you're inviting, but what do you say? What do you do? My tip, don't just send out a bunch of cold invites. It works for some people. For me, I have to literally think about the person on the other side of the message. I sit there and I literally think about how it would make me feel if this person joined. I want to know what this person is. Think about the person and what it is that you see from them. Maybe you're looking at their Facebook page or you've talked to them before. What do they need? And always get to know them. Good leaders, good coaches, we ask good questions, okay? And you have to tell them what they need. Be direct. Again, as soon as I figured out that, I would feel bossy sometimes in the beginning, I was like, I don't want to tell them, well, maybe this would be a good program or maybe that. No, you say, we are doing the 21-day fix and it is good for you and it will work for you because X, Y, and Z. Here's how to sign up. Are you at your phone or a computer right now? Let's walk you through the process and get you started. Be direct. I promise you it works so much better. And make sure that you are really forming that relationship. I start with a personal invite. Why them? Why am I messaging them? And then we talk about, if I know them, I'll do like a personal memory. Oh, remember when this happened? I was thinking of this the other day. Then your invite. and how the group would benefit them. And then this person always comes first and last. So open up the conversation with why you want them to join you in a challenge group. And then, also end it regardless, no matter what. How are you? How's the family? Just always put it on them. And then commit to standing by them. I am the follow-up queen, and I want you all to learn to follow up nonstop. I have literally followed up with someone over 17 times, and she's a coach on my team. So knowing that you're not bugging people, they just get busy or it's not the right time, but never stop inviting. I found this slide. This is not actually from me, but this is how I follow up as well. But this person had started a conversation on April 3rd and messaged this person every 2 to 3 days until June 23rd when they finally signed up. Okay, follow-ups. The sale is always in the follow-up, no matter what. You have to follow up. Most people are not going to order their challenge pack on the first message that you send them, and they're like, yeah, I'm super excited. Let's get signed up right now. No, it happens maybe once in a while, but definitely not a lot. And then don't just think about the what ifs in the negative way. We always have a tendency to say, oh, I don't want to invite them because what if they say no? Guys, turn your mindset. What if they say yes? Or sometimes the negatives, what if they get mad at me for messaging them? Who cares? We're talking to people through a computer. What if they're flattered that you thought of them and they're your next rock star challenger and then turn into your next rock star coach? All right, thinking of that. What if they don't want to ask, or what if you don't want to ask anyone? What if they're waiting for you to ask them? What if they're sitting there like, oh, that looks really cool, and they're watching you on Facebook, but they're like, oh, I don't really know I'm probably not qualified. Just invite them. And then what if this makes no difference in your life, in their life? That's the negative way. What if this saves their life? What if this is something that literally can change their life? Because we all know that it's possible. You're on this call because you know the possibilities of this business, of what challenge groups can do, of what our challenge packs can do, everything. All right, save some lives. It's it's just so important. And then next, all of this can be overwhelming, but it's always the start that stops most people. Don't let this be you. It's a challenge group. Pair up with someone on your team. Message a newer coach. Look at the leaderboards that I'm sure, we all do for our teams. Who's on the leaderboard? Who do you feel like another coach is that you could connect with? Shoot them a message. Post in your team pages. Hey, I'm looking for someone to pair up to do the next challenge group with. Who wants to help me out? Or I've never done my own challenge group before. Who wants to pair up? Guys, we are all more than happy to help out and pair up. It's the best thing ever. I've run my business with my success partners in the last 3 years because we just do this together. So don't let the start stop you. Make a list right now. Pull out a sheet of paper after this call. Write down personal, team, and customers and challengers. All right, what are some things in your personal life that you could do to start to that gradual change that you want to make that's going to get you closer to your goals? What are some things that you can do for your team or your team that you want to have? What is it that you want your team to look like? Who do you want on your team? Make a list. Always work from a list. Everything I do, I'm working from a list of names. I'm not just scrolling through Facebook trying to find people. I do that in my spare time. I make a list of 25 to 35 names that I work from every single day. Do that with people that you want on your team too. It's so important. And tell them why you want them on your team, or talk to your team about why you love them so much and why you're so appreciative of them being on your team. And then next, customers and challengers. What are some nice things that you could do for your customers? Send them a handwritten note in the mail. Send them a quick message telling them that you're thankful that they've entrusted you with their health and fitness goals. And just the nice things that we can do. And then getting out of your comfort zone. List those things that you are going to start to do daily, gradually. That is not going to prevent you from doing this. It's going to help you rise above and get out of your comfort zone to really make it happen. And then really these little common pitfalls and traps and success blockers, I want you guys to squash all of these, all right? The comparison and the impatience. You guys, This business is going to take a heck of a lot of challenge groups to get a heck of a lot of really great results from people, to get a heck of a lot of great coaches who make up your team. It's not something that you just say, oh, I'm going to try to do this for a few months and see what happens. This is not how our business works. You have to have a vision and know exactly where you are headed and know that it's going to take a while to get there. Impatience is only going to deter you. Just look at the positives. Celebrate every single success from every pound that you are losing or your challengers are losing, to every challenger who signs up. You guys, I'm so silly, but I swear to you, 3 years in, every time I get a challenge pack sale, I literally like do the high knee happy dance, and I love it because I just know that it's someone else's life that I get to help play a part in changing. And it's developed into my passion. I won't say that I was passionate about it whenever I started, because I was kind of just like all over the place with challenge groups and all of this stuff, but it comes into play. And I stopped comparing myself to other people, business or not business wise. I just gained my own confidence and I found who I was. So that's key too. You know, you can't have successful challenge groups if you yourself are struggling in different areas where you're not working on yourself. That's where your personal development comes into play. You know, low self-esteem and lack of confidence all plays into that. The fear. Every single one of us, leaders, coaches, non-coaches, everyone has a fear of something. Don't let the fear of success, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, that fear can paralyze you. Don't let that happen, okay? The worst thing that can happen when you are inviting people to a challenge group is they'll say no. That's not that bad. Think of all of the men and women who are out fighting for our country. Think of the hard laborers who are doing really hard things. Think of the people who have taken a stand for this country, for their own country, for, you know, the better of the world. That's the hard stuff. We're sitting behind a computer sending out messages. Okay, it's the easiest thing that we can do. The hard thing is getting over the mental block that we put in place because we are afraid of what someone might think about us or what someone might say. Just take the emotional attachments out of it completely and just do your job as a coach, and which is to help people every day and help inspire, because the people who are excited about it and see you posting on Facebook and want to join your challenge group, they're the ones that are going to get firsthand just how awesome this really is. Nothing is perfect. You're never going to have a perfect challenge group. Your challenge group, some are going to be great. Sometimes everybody participates and everybody gets results and it's amazing and it's the best group. Then the next month, you might have a ton of people in there. No one posts, no one stays on track, no one gets results. It happens to all of us. You can't control that. You can only control what you are doing as a coach. So as long as you are showing up, you are adding value every day, you are doing your job as a coach just to help motivate and inspire and helping them through their program. That's your job. Your job is not to give them the results. They have to do the work to do that. And it does not mean you're a bad coach if you have a crappy challenge group, okay? It happens to all of us. There's going to be curveballs. There's going to be rejection. There's going to be self-limiting beliefs. It's always going to happen, okay? So the sleepwalking, everything. Don't just go through the motions, guys. Put yourself into your challenge groups. Pour your passion into them. Put your all. Share your food. Share your recipes. Just tell people about your life. They want to be relatable. Be relatable to all of your challengers, because we are not robots who don't ever eat anything junk food, right? Like sometimes people think that about Beachbody coaches. No, we're real and everybody can do this. It's just that 80-20 rule, right? That we just talk about constantly. And knowing that there's a group of people who experience that fear, and it's everybody, okay? Your challengers who haven't signed up yet, they're probably afraid. They're afraid of spending the money on something that they don't know if it's going to work. They're afraid of, what if it does work? What if I do lose weight? Then I'm going to have to go buy new clothes and spend money on that. Like most of the time, that's like all these crazy fears that people have. You know, you are fine. Get over the fears. Get out there and invite. Inviting it's a natural thing that no one ever really loves to do, but we do it every day because it's our job description. Okay? You would not tell your boss that you wouldn't do your job because you were afraid, right? Put yourself into this. I tell myself every single day that I am, I'm the boss, and I have to listen to what my list of things says. So, I come in here to my office and I'm like, okay, I have to do this, this, and this. Like I was working at a corporate job, I don't have an option. I have to do it. So treating your business that way, that's what we really, really need to focus on. And then last but not least, I just want to end with this because I really loved this, this slide, this quote. It says, "The road to success is not straight. There is a curve called failure, a loop called confusion, speed bumps called friends, red lights called enemies, caution lights called family, and flats called jobs. But if you have a spare called determination, an engine called perseverance, insurance called faith, and a driver from above, you will make it to a place called success." That gives me chills every time I read it because it's so true. Success is gained by doing the things that you may or may not want to do every single day. Success is gained by running your challenge groups, inviting more and more people, putting yourself out there on social media, and determining where you are headed by the actions that you take. Where are you going? What are you going to do this month that really sets your way and paves the way? And what are you going to do to help your challengers in your challenge group and make that growth happen? All right, so your call to action, I want you guys to set your challenge group dates, okay? Make sure you know what you're inviting to. Create your group. Decide if you're going to use the tracker or Facebook. Don't use both. Just stick with one. Don't make it confusing for yourself and your challengers. Invite your pants off, okay? Go out there and invite people every single day. Go up and talk to people in Sam's Club. Ask them if they're on Facebook. Put them on your Facebook right in front of you. Get out of your own way. It's the comfort zone. You will not die, I promise you. Set your work hours. That's really important. Know when you're going to work. So talk to your upline and say, okay, this is my schedule. I am working these hours every day. Hold me accountable. That's what every upline is here for. We are here to help you, okay? And commit to achieving Success Club with 3 to 5 people in your next challenge group, okay? But on the other hand, as you're doing all of these things, the number one thing you guys need to make sure you're doing is, number one, you yourself are following a program from start to finish. You're not a product of the product. You're not going to move your business forward. It's like people can see into your life even if you're not showing them. They know what's going on behind the scenes. Drink your Shakeology, talk about it, share it, okay? Do your personal development. You have to grow before you're ever going to grow into the business that you want to create. You have to make that change. You're not just going to be able to just, knock out all these goals without getting better inside of your own head. And then post on your social media 3 to 5 times a day. I say that, make sure they're genuine, great posts, and then invite daily and hit Success Club. That's what we do as coaches, right? All right, guys, do you have any questions for me? I'm actually going to hit stop screen share here. You can type in the chat or the Q&A section if you have any questions. Nothing? All righty. Well, hey, guys, I really appreciate you taking out some of your day here on Wednesday to hop on the call. Oh, I do have a few people taping. Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Ash, Jen, Carrie. Great. I hope that you guys use it and run with it for sure. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks for having me on, guys. I loved it. So I hope you have a great day and see you next week. Bye.